and all the rest. Therefore, also, if you are not opportuned to be where our FM is covering on the coverage area, you can also download IPOB Community Radio. It is a very low data consuming application. You can use it in listening to us live and direct. Therefore, you have no excuse not to listen onto this hallowed platform, because this is the voice of revolution, a revolutionary radio instituted by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, who is still in the Nigerian DSS custody, solitary confinement for that matter, illegally. Do you know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been released by the Nigeria court since 13th of October 2022? You know that? And here, up to date, the Nigerian government refuses to abide by the court order, the court decision. Despite Buhari, the impostor, saying that no, that anything the court says, anything the court rules, that they will abide by it. But lo and behold, Nigeria being a lawless country, a lawless contraption, they are disobeying court order. Do you understand me? I want to show you that the British government, as you might know, they wanted to start deporting asylum seekers, yes. Asylum seekers, immigrants, to Rwanda. But do you know what? Do you know what? The British court says no. Today, even the British Supreme Court, the Supreme Court of Britain, says no. They upheld the judgment. I want to bring it out. I want to bring it out for you to understand how a responsible government functions. Do you understand? Now, Supreme Court rejects Rishi Sunak's plan to send asylum seekers to Rwanda. This is a government. I want you to understand something here. The government says that, look, they made a policy that, look, they are having too much asylum seekers in Britain, although they are causing problems all over the world. It's an empire. It's an imperialist government, Britain. Now, they devised a means of sending, because people are crossing over from France, entering into lorries and containers down to Britain. And they said no. As a government, they said no, they have to do something in order to dissuade people from running into Britain, illegal immigrants seeking asylum. Government, they said no. Now they made the arrangement. Listen, government, they made the arrangement with Rwandan government. It's a government-to-government issue. That instead of people, all these migrants, any person that is seeking asylum, once you seek asylum, it will be under a process, sometimes for years. They said they will send the whole people that are seeking asylum in Britain to Rwanda, so that the asylum documents, the asylum issues will be processed there in Rwanda. Anyone that is worthy, now they can consider bringing the person to London, to England. This is government. They have said it. They arrange with the Rwandan government. Now, the civil society said no. They went to court. They sued the government to court, said this is not human rights. They say this is not normal. They opposed to it. Now they went to court, British court. They carried their government to court. I want you to understand something. The reason why you are dying to go to England, because they obey, is a country that obeys the rule of law in their own country. Although outside they act like savages, their government act like savages. They sponsor terrorism everywhere in the world against indigenous people, including Biafra. But in their country, they maintain civilization. You understand? And that is why, Britain is progressing. Now, the government say they have to send asylum seekers to Rwanda for processes. They take the government to court. And the government, the court, judicial court, C-O-U-R-T. They faulted the government. You understand? The magistrate court. They faulted the government. They said, no, you cannot do it. It's against human rights. So the government, they rule against the government. The government said no. They went to Supreme Court. Listen, British government. They went to Supreme Court in order to do what? To contest the decision also. Because they have the right. Now, the Supreme Court finally said they upheld the lower court ruling that the government have no right to send people to Rwanda outside Britain. Do you see that? And they have to abide by it. They lost. It's a government. They have the capacity in order to do what? To impose and say, no, we just like Nigeria. But they won't do it because they are abiding by their own rules, by their own laws. That is what makes Britain a progressive country. I don't know whether people are understanding what I'm saying. I don't know. It doesn't matter that because the government, the judiciary is different from the executive. That is real democracy. Anything the judiciary says, the executive is forced to do that. Otherwise, they bring anarchy to the country. People are talking about peace, unity in Nigeria, but they never ever talk about justice. They never ever talk about the rule of law. No. That is why in Nigeria, you have everybody, every uniform in this world in Nigeria, carrying guns, big guns, not small, big guns, and still there is no security. Can't you ask yourself why? That is the land of apes. A jungle, the land of apes. When I see them, when you see Nigerian police, military, civil defense, all kinds of forces, those that you don't even know, all carrying guns, big guns, but still there is no security. Security is not guaranteed. Don't you ask yourself why? Because there is no rule of law. There is executive lawlessness. So everybody does as he wants. It's anarchy. People carry gun. Police can go and just come to your house without a warrant and intimidate you. Even to the extent they can kill you. They can label you a Yahoo boy, and either you give them any money they ask for or they kill you. After killing you, Nigerians, they will say, he's a Yahoo. And Nigerians will look at you and say, now, wow, now these bad people, now it serves him good. That is, when you look at the life in Nigeria, it is an animal kingdom, I am telling you. The people are complicit. That is why I don't normally blame only the politicians. I don't blame the Nigerian politicians. The responsibility is from the grassroots. Let me tell you, you might disagree with what I'm saying, but I am telling you that the responsibility lies within the grassroots. Because the grassroots, the population, the people are far more in number than the politicians. The politicians are very few. But they still use suffering people in order to extend their imposition on the people. Do you see that? Politicians, who do they hire to do their dirty job during elections, to rig elections? They hire thugs, they hire professors, like in INEC in Imo State. It is the same professor that will come and give you the one theory or another, speak very beautiful English. They are people that are hired. They give them money in order to rig elections for those vandals that call themselves governors or politicians. That is how sad it is. Here, let me read a bit. Judges uphold appeal court ruling over risk to deported refugees and deals blow to Prime Minister's stop the boat strategy. Rishi Sunak's key immigration policy has been dealt a blow after the UK's High Court rejected the government's plan to deport people seeking asylum to Rwanda. 5 judges at the Supreme Court unanimously upheld an appeal court ruling that found there was a real risk of deported refugees having their claims in the East African country wrongly assessed or being returned to their country of origin to face persecution. Emma, do you see how the West, how they work? When we talk about divide and rule or divide and conquer, people, have you ever think deep about this? How little Europe, they conquered the whole world. Have you thought, meditated and made the researches very deep about this system, which is what is still haunting us in our land, even in Biafra land? Any place they go, they study the people. Any crack, any slightest crack they have, they enter the crack and make it into a gully, turn it into a gully. And the people will be fighting. The people will be fighting each other. And the Europeans will be looting. And before you know, they conquer everywhere. The same way they put Biafrans into confusion. Delta Igbo. You are Delta, you are not Igbo. I listened to Chineke earlier. When somebody called, he asked questions, say whether what is their position. He's from Delta. He grew up to be his name is whether he say Chukwudi or Chukwuemeka. But the parents never tell him anything about Igbo. They continue telling them in school, at home, that you are a Delta. You are from Delta State. You are not Igbo. This is the way the Europeans conquer people. They divide you, slice you into pieces, and you continue fighting each other, fighting with your shadows, whereas they come and colonize everybody. And they'll be looting, cutting away. If you want to rise up, be self-aware. Any person that wants to come up in order to let the people understand the trick of the foreigners, they will still use the people in order to bring the person down. Like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is it. They will come, raise the people making money. The crumbs that they allow to give. There's a way Europeans work, the way they behave. Yeah, it's a way they behave. When they come, if there is a confusion in them, they will increase the tempo of the confusion. They will side one people against their own. If you understand, if they see that everywhere is tight, they can use anything, including religion, in order to thwart you. It's a tool. They have different tools of work. Are you understanding me? Now they come to our land. They saw our people and the immense amount of wealth under our soil. There is no way they can be stealing with impunity. Britain in our land. What they do, they start saying that, they start up what we call Willings Minority Commission. Oh, in defense of minority group in in the east, in the southeast. That is they put where there was no problem, they put problem, an imaginary problem. There are some minorities in the southeast that are being marginalized, so we have to put up in order to protect them. They come as your savior, raising that consciousness of clanism in our land. But may I shock you? I used to say this always here on air. You know, lack of knowledge makes us stupid. I say lack of knowledge makes us stupid. In the quest for pursuit of money, we lose knowledge, we lost knowledge. I am telling you, we became morons. Is what I sadly found out. In the quest, serious quest, where we are being pushed, programmed to survival mode. Oh yeah, government, you don't know government, government don't know you. Yeah, every woman, oh yeah, go and survive. We lost any type of knowledge, only anything concerning money. Survival, selfish survival, not even collective survival. That is the worst thing they can erase, can suffer. Or if your eyes are open to understand what we pass through and what we are meant to pass through and what we are still passing through, you will support what IPOB is doing. I am telling you honestly, because we are sentenced into self-survival from 1970. You don't know our people. We don't know nothing about government. The only time we hear about government is during election time. Now people will be given 1,000 naira to go to buy their votes, 2,000 naira, a cup of rice. Hey, and people will be happy that this is this is what I get from government. That is the worst, the most miserable thing that can happen to a people. Are you understanding me? We don't know that government fixes everything. Government can pay welfare. When you don't have a job, government will be paying you salary until you get a job. We don't know that. Everything that the governments do, we don't know nothing about it. So that is why we can, I wouldn't Paco. Nigeria made us to be more very rowdy, anarchous, and proud, senselessly proud set of people. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you buy a car, it become a big thing. Now you start boasting, showcasing your cars, the car you bought, showcasing the house you bought, you built. It is that lack of knowledge. Do you understand? Because if we have a good government and you can get your house through mortgage, you'll be paying, even if for 30, 40 years, you are paying little money. You go and take a house and they'll be paying. You are working, they are removing it from your salary every month. You don't care, you will not even feel it. Will you start boasting on the internet that look at the house I bought in, because another person can also do it. Every other citizen can get it like that. So what is the need of boasting? Do you see? If you can just sign a paper and get any car of your choice, tier leather, chassis, and you'll be paying the money, they'll be taking away the money from your salary every month. Will you be boasting that I have a Range Rover Sports? Something you can get by just signing a paper. Do you see where ignorance is playing a very huge role in our life? All these things that governments can do, they push us, remove our brain from that side, that the government does not even exist on our side. So everybody was Ikeketori. So when you go and do anything and get one to kumbo, hey, you come some posting. That is suffering. Suffering. You understand? That is suffering. Ahụhụ ka eji akpa nganga. Ahụhụ. So, what am I trying to say? Now, our enemies, our detractors, when they come, Britain, they brought a Willings Minority Commission in our land. That time they call it eastern part of Nigeria, not even southeast. They call it eastern part, eastern Nigeria. But they do everywhere. It's east. They rose the consciousness that look, this thing you are seeing today was not. It was not like that before. Oh, I am a Joe. How can you? It is the white people that recreated us because they saw the people we are. That our unity is their nightmare. After all, in 1929, during 1929, women protests, which they termed about women riots. If you study it deeply, you will see that they gathered in Aba. The women that gathered in Aba, as far as from Nembo, from Jolando, from Efiko, all gathered in Aba. There was nothing like I'm not Igbo. Oh yeah, no. All gathered with as one person, as one woman. You understand? And they gave Britain headache. That was when they started saying, "Oh boy, these people, if we leave them like this, that they will achieve a lot. They will make our lives miserable. That is British lives miserable. They cannot steal anything." Do you remember? Let me use also the story in your Bible. Do you remember when they talk about the Tower of Babel? Or human beings, they wanted to build a house to reach heaven, according to the story. You know, all these are stories, fairy tale, but we learn the same way we learn from Akoko Mbena Ag. The tortoise is the most intelligent of all animals. It makes you as a child, you think, you learn, you get knowledge. So that is why every story also we learn from it. So people we are building, they came one place. God say, make us scatter the whole world and develop. They say, no, we are not, because if we scatter, how can we help each other? They gather one place and say, we have to build our tower to reach that God that is giving us this command so that we challenge him. You could be okay. And they started building. And God saw that now these people can do this. So it's true. That is the power of unity. What he did is scatter their language. What did you learn? That it will be okay. That is what you learn. Britain saw us as a very highly unified people, that we are speaking the same language. For your information, 75 to 100 years back, every job person, every Bibio speaks Igbo fluently. I can authoritatively say that. Go to your family. Tell your, older people in your village to recount, if you don't know, to recount your grandfather, great grandfather as an Igbo person. You will see before you reach fifth generation, he's an Igbo person. Oh, Chineke. Oh, lack of knowledge is a very big disease, honestly. That time, people gather, they say about women riot, they think it's Igbo people only. Igbo women. No. Every Joe, Ibibio, Efiko, Igala, they gathered in Aba. What language were they speaking? Is go and make your researches. They were not speaking English that time, no. What language did they gather together with? You know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has made a big expose on this. He has exposed to everything about it. Your great grandfather is Igbo. He say, you know, go anyway. If he is Igbo. You know what we say here, these are historical facts. It is not something, let me tell you, every language changes, there must be one language that comes out of that language or changes outrightly every century, for your information. Will it baffle you that in maybe in the next 200 years, some part of Igbo people, Igbo land, some part of Igbo land, the language will develop maybe in Soka, maybe Abreba, they will completely develop another language that is no more Igbo. By that time, maybe people that time will no more be understanding the Central Igbo. What I'm telling you, this is what happens to language. That is how languages come about. When you talk about English language, where did it come from? From Visigoth, from Germany, Germanic language. So, you see that all these things, languages come from this one, this one, this one. That is why you see Portuguese, it relates to Spanish. Spanish relates to Italian. All these languages, one come from this way. There was a time they were together as one people. You understand? That is the truth. Now, when we gave Britain headache, they saw us as a threat to their ambition in our land of stealing and looting. What did they do? They created the Willings Minority Commission. Remember, they created it also. They didn't create it in the north. That of the north, they do in Magomago after forgotten. Let me tell you, there are more tribes in the north than in the south. I'm talking more tribes in the north, different tribes in the north than in the south. But do you know that? You don't know. That's why you can call Tafawa Balewa an Hausa man. Now, Tafawa Balewa is not an Hausa man. I say ignorance is a disease. Tafawa Balewa is not an Hausa man. For your information. He's from Gerere tribe. Gera tribe. They can call it Gerere or Gera tribe, which is almost extinct now. But how many knows? Many people you call Hausa people in the north, they are neither Hausa nor Fulani. No, many people. They have different uncountable tribes in the north. But when they ask you which tribe, different tribes, you immediately come to Igbo land, because this is where they turn the crack into a gully by Britain. For you to understand that human being can recreate human being to their liking. Are you hearing what I'm saying tonight? Britain started many things that are happening in our land today. They created it. Are you hearing me? They created Willings Minority. They started raising the awareness, consciousness that was not there. Oh, Ibibio, you are going to be marginalized by Igbo. Oh, Ejo, you are not Igbo. You are Ejo. Remember, you are Ejo. Defend your tribe. Now, that unity that was with us, that was in us, Ejo man didn't consider himself a job before. Igbo man didn't. We call ourselves one people. Now they went there, they scattered it. They now join, they would say, German, hey, Igbo want to, is domineering, don't allow him. Look at, now they started looking, once there is one type of consciousness, is there you are watching. If Igbo man cough, you say, hey, I took him. They are domineering, look at how he's coughing. If Igbo man laugh, they push you now to be watching all those, anything that, natural thing that happens, you say, hey, I see it. They are like that. Because they are domineering. That is why they are like that. Because they rose that consciousness. But look at in the north. The Fulani people that are real dominant species clearing their land, they don't even care about it. Whenever you talk about the Fulani, they will come and say, we the north. They impose on everybody, say we the north. Which the people they are killing, they say we the north. They cannot open mouth now. Let them open mouth. Other indigenous people. So do you see how they came to our land and tear us into pieces? And they sided one side. As they built, like they were building railway line. They say it that they borrowed $27.2 billion, I think, from China, and they say that they are not going to build nothing for the core Igbo states. They say it. Buhari government said it. Others, they went and meet the others, our brothers, Ejo, Urobo. They tell them, no, 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 it's no concern now. We will build Wari. Don't worry, we'll build the railway to Wari. Okay? Ogoja will build it. Don't worry. We are talking about Igbo. You know these Igbos. Now they side you. They play very sophisticated politics. Britain. Started by Britain till today. They make they will give you small crumbs to make you that, oh, nah, you are not Igbo, don't worry. We are not dealing with you. You know, we are your friends. We don't deal with you now. You are our friends. But these other people, make sure you are not with them. Oh, you are not together. You are a Delta, no. You are a Rivers man, no. You are from Cross River. Don't ever associate yourself with them, because we are dealing with them. And we will deal with them. Don't worry. Nothing for them. But we will give you just one railway line. We pass your land, no problem. And they will be jumping up, say, hey, now, well, yeah, we are with no, we are not Igbo, so we are not Igbos, I beg. We have, they will give us, as long as we accept that we are not Igbos, they will give us small. You think that they are your friends? They are not. They are not. When they, you side the enemy to deal with your brother. Once that your brother is subdued, you are nothing to the enemy. He can now subjugate you forever with the very brutal system. That is what our people fail to understand. Is it not some of our brothers in the River Ride? They collaborated with Nigeria to fight against Biafra, their own people. Today, do you have a seaport? Is it not the other day they are talking about the king, or is it the king of Nnamdi? Hey, we Nibomano. He said we follow fight against Biafra. They mock Biafra soldiers in their celebrations. When the Fulani are watching them, they are calling them inside. They are calling them Mumu Man. Your people are Mumu Man. And they say, we in 1967 to 1970, we fought against Biafra. We helped Nigeria to conquer Biafra, to defeat Biafra. They promised us that the Nembe Wharf will be operational. Will be working. They will develop everywhere. But since 50-something years till today, nothing everywhere is black. Everywhere is dark. Nothing is happening. Nigeria, help us now. We help you to kill our brothers. So why are you doing us like this? And do you think that they will regard you? They look at you as very stupid and hopeless set of people. That is treachery. Treachery. All this we are started by Britain, because they knew that if we are together, the sky will be allowed. It's our limit. Just like in 1929, about women riots, they call it, but it's about women protests. Only protests sent shivers in the spines of British government. That was when they started planning that, look, these people, we have to slice them into pieces so that they will not even see us to have time to fight us. They will be fighting themselves. Identity crisis. Give them a state so that, go on, 1967, he created a River State. He created Imo. East River State, East Central State. And another one like now it become an identity to people. They become the tribalized. I say, if you are as an Igbo man, they call you a detribalized person. You know what you are? What they mean is that you are fake. It's an insult. You don't know. If you ever answer, I'm a detribalized Nigerian, you are simply an idiot. You're fake. If you are. Nothing more. I am telling you. And that is what they are calling you. Because there's no way you can be detribalized, which means you are rejecting your tribe, your value. You are sacrificing it to the altar of Nigeria. Now, why wouldn't you stop eating egusi as a detribalized Nigerian? Stop speaking Igbo or stop speaking Ejo. And that is what they are doing. Cleverly. It pains me. You know, we are talking about losing our values. Go to Ejo land. Go to Urobo. Go to Wari Wafe. Many of them are born there in their land, grew up there, but they don't speak their local. They cannot speak Urobo. They cannot be able to speak Ejo fluently. What they speak is pidgin, and they think it's you think you are clever. That is good thing. Oh, you are losing who you are. You are losing your identity, and you are happy. You are speaking pidgin English. Is English your language, for goodness sake? Is English your language? When you see me and a Igbo man, if I speak emo, you laugh. Say this man self English is heavy for a mouth. Exactly. That is the way. That is who I am, because English is not my language. Do you see that? Do you see that ignorance makes you will be walking towards abyss happily. You happily, very happy, but you are falling into abyss. Something that you should be ashamed of. You are happy, you know. An Indian, it doesn't matter how long he stays in America. When he speaks, you will know he's an Indian. He speaks their language. He speaks that heavy accent is there. But a Caribou man, under 2 weeks, he started speaking Fune. The people that are that is, oh, Chineke, I don't want to say it, please. But we should be proud of who we are. What I'm saying, you know, I used to say it. You see an Ejo man, not that he was born in Manfeo or in Varandapo or grew up in Trinidad and Tobago. No, in his own village, not even in town. In his own village, he was born in the village, grew up in the village, but they don't speak English. They don't speak. He cannot speak Ejo. He cannot speak fluent Ejo. I met people like that. I saw, but what is happening? You cannot say, boy, bros, you know, which kind bros? Eh? Yoruba person, the same thing. When you talk, you touch them, their mouth, pidgin English, you they hear them. Nah, they hear them. We know the carry last waffle, but English in your language, pidgin in your language, you are losing your identity and you are happy about it. Is it not stupidity? Is it not stupidity? After you laugh me, if a Anambra person say Rondon, you laugh. Continue laughing. It is our identity. Continue. That is our identity. We maintain it. If I want to call Lawrence, I call Lawrence. It doesn't matter. It's not my language. We be proud. Be proud of it. I am telling you. I am telling you. You see some they call Biafra. Instead of Biafra, they say Biafra. I hail it. I love it even. Biafra. It's your tongue. It's your tongue. It's your tongue that makes it like that. It's good. You don't lose it. It's good. I love it like that. We shouldn't be, imitation people all the time. Imitation all the time. Why couldn't we be original, please? Why couldn't we be original? Instead, we are always imitating. Imitating, it makes you become bad. Also, you don't know, you are not, or they don't know whether you are a bird, an animal, or land animal. No person knows. That's why you can be used anyhow. They import a God for you, you accept. Oh, one man from far away, a white man died for you, accept. Anything you accept. You are a receiver, always receive. You receive. Aren't you going to be ashamed of yourself? Speak your language. Ijo man, Ijo woman, speak your language. Be proud of it. Urobo man, Urobo woman, stop being labeled as a pigeon speaker. Oh, now not speaking pigeon too much. Speak your language. This is who you are. It is who you are. You understand? Stop telling me if I'm speaking English. Say no. Speak. I said that. No, speak your own language. This is who you are. Don't be ashamed of it. Stop losing your identity. You understand? Britain put a severed our umbilical cord. Sorry, please let me take care of something. I don't know. I'll be right back.
Say, let's forget, let's not blame anyone. Please stop that nonsense. When the Holocaust happened against the Jews, it was 1940s, 45. Not a single African country other than Ethiopia and those who had not been colonized was free. The first African country got independent 1957. There is not a single Jewish person who will allow you to forget the Holocaust. And in fact, there are crimes, not just in Israel, across the world against denial of the Holocaust. US foreign policy, Israeli foreign policy is very key. It's a central issue. Africans, for some reason, must forget something that happened 50 years ago, if you are Zimbabwe 80 years ago. Listen, we must always remind our friends from Europe and elsewhere that slavery was a crime against humanity, as is colonialism and neo-colonialism. That killing Sankara in 1984 because you are opposed to communism and plunging his country into chaos that you are now trying to solve as a problem of poor governance is a shared responsibility. So we will take responsibility for our nakedness. But for goodness sake, a naked emperor cannot lecture us about how to be clothed. Pan-Africanism is not a theory. It's the lived solidarity that made the Ethiopians give Nelson Mandela a passport, that made Senegalese civil servants contribute $1 each every month for the liberation of South Africa, that made Zambia take care of us as Zimbabweans and South Africans as we fought for our liberation, that made Uganda take care of the comrades that now run this country.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. Sorry, I took care of something urgent at the background, but we must continue. Therefore, as I was saying, the only thing that can help us solve this, our identity crisis, or the commotion caused by foreigners, including Britain, mostly Britain, in our land, is to do what? To come together. You understand? What they do, as I was saying, when they come to a land, they put division. We'll be fighting each other. So it is a tactics being put in place. And today, the Fulani, that is what they are ricocheting. Have you asked yourself, why is it that talk east, west, north, south to Emelimal? The Fulani, they will tell you we, they're not. Have you just asked yourself why? They maintain they don't want any crack. It doesn't matter. When Autumn was the governor, the past governor of Benue State, several times he have said that no, we are not from the north. We are not with the north. Different groups of a middle belt have come and said we are not of the. But every time, all the time, they still maintain the powers that be, the caliphate, they always maintain we do not. But when they come to our land, they divide you. They make sure that anytime they will say, we do not, we do this, we are going to do this. Now, the southeast, they made sure in their pronouncements, they divide the southeast, southwest, and south-south. They made sure in their pronouncements, they divide us. Can't you think? Can't you reason? Can't you one time and reason? Why is it so? Because there is something there. Something, the solution to our problem is there. Our unification. Our going back to who we were. That is the solution. Do you remember when the southern governors in general, including Yoruba and Hausa, first in history, in 2020, they had the meeting conferences together, resolutions together. When the Fulani were on the rampage, they had, and with the pushing from Mazi and the Kanu IPOB, now they have to come together. They held the meeting. Do you remember the commotion it caused in the kingdom of the Caliphate, the Sokoto Caliphate? Do you remember? They ran basic. I say I was chilled at that time. I say, what? So this is where the solution to our problem. Because when I say every time they're in Channels Television, Arise TV, in different types of media, talking and they running basic, running mad against Southern governors coming together for a meeting. Because they know that if we continue like that, that is the fall of the caliphate. They make sure to continue holding us individually. They hold us, hold this side, hold this side, hold this side, cause commotion in our land. So that we say, I'm not Igbo. Man will say, I'm not Igbo. It makes them happy. They will come, the caliphate will come and start, giving money to people to tell them that, look, you see, we are your friends. Igbos, you are not Igbo. Make sure, as long as you are not Igbo, you are our friends. You think that is friendly friends? No. They are making you weak. They know that divided we will become weak. You understand? But once we are together, we achieve everything. Remember the Tower of Babel, which I have explained to you. You read your Bible, you read the different books, you hear stories, but you don't learn because you are doomed. You are blocked from learning. You are blocked. Your mind, your mentality is blocked. I met you also from learning. You only reading. Do you understand? It is high time we understand the strategy of our enemies. Division. Stop seeing yourself as a debtor. It is an insult for you to call yourself a reverse man. It's an insult. It makes you lower animal. Bingo. A dog. You buy a dog, maybe the dog, maybe a 6 months dog. Maybe his name was White in where he was, the former house. Now they bought him. You go and buy him and start calling him Jasper in your house. After 1 week, he will take that new name. If you call him Jasper, he will take the new name. No more. If you call him Black, he will not understand. It's only animals. A dog that can take any name that is being called. But a real human being maintains his value, maintains his culture, maintains his identity. It doesn't, he tell you, say, no. You call him anything. He say, reverse man. Say, what kind of River State? When was River State created? 1967. Is my father a reverse man? Come on, shut up. Me and I'm an Igbo man. What are you talking? I'm an Ijo man. We are all the same. We are all one people. Remove this. Come on, stop this state. Why can't you? Have you asked yourself why is the Fulani not answering? No, I'm Kaduna Fulani. I am not Sokoto Fulani. They have segregation. Kaduna and Sokoto Fulani from Bauchi Fulani. Have you heard that before? Have you heard that? He will tell you, I'm a Fulani man. Yes, he tell you, I'm a Northerner. Do you see that weight that makes them stay together? But when you come to you feel that you are more educated, but you are zero. You're only educated on paper, writing and speaking grammar, nothing more. Nothing more. How someone will come to your land, he don't know how to speak English. You are employing him, but you are the person that will try to get translator. Nah, you know they hear how Sabe come and translate to me. Do you know that it's a kind of is you know they are proud of who they are, guiding their identity. No, if you know here, I'll come out with your money, make go away with your money. You must be pursuing the person. You know, maybe the person even need your service, and you will pay the person. But because of dignity, that is dignity. Do you understand me? But you are cajoling them. You don't know that they are karage here 1 million times. They are imposing on you. You go to Ugwa Hausa, you must learn Hausa before you can do any business. But come to our land. Hausa man will come to our land and still impose on you Hausa language. You are the person buying something for him or from him, or maybe he's selling suya or he's selling provision. You must try to speak Hausa for him to understand, for you to receive your money. Otherwise, go with your money, don't care. Don't you see that they have dignity more than you? Don't you see that? Have you? Now it's you that start speaking English. Why don't you impose on him that, look, me, I know they hear Hausa, you speak Igbo, or you speak Ijo to him, say, if you know, I know they buy. If you know speak, I know buy. The same way they are doing to you. But because you are lower. You know, before we thought that they don't know anything, but it is now I understand that they are more dignified in their actions. I am telling you. They don't care. I say, I beg, go with money, go with your money, I beg. If you don't speak, you must speak Hausa. You know what it means? They make you speak their language. And they are proud. They make you speak their language. And tomorrow, they will be made to be a majority. When they speak, you speak Hausa, you say, yes, I speak Hausa. You speak Hausa. And you are speaking. It is with you. For you to do business and get money. In their language, you get money from them. You don't know that you are going astray without knowing it. You are just pursuing paper, ordinary paper, money, only money. You are pursuing your dignity, you left it behind. You are pursuing money, only money. You are pursuing. Those people, they are going with their dignity and they are getting everything. That is why they are controlling you. When Azikiwe was trying to be Alhaji called his father, and they only detribalized Nigerian, which means he called the father of Azikiwe a real fake. He has money. He's the first billionaire that lent when Queen Elizabeth come. He lent his Rolls Royce to Queen Elizabeth because Nigerian government didn't. I mean, there's no Rolls Royce in Nigeria, so he was the first person to get Rolls Royce, and his Rolls Royce was being used to carry Queen Elizabeth when he come. I think 1954, something like that, to Nigeria, to decolonize Nigeria, the colony. Now, that money, as if he were being a billionaire, where did it carry us today? Is it not common sense? Oh, he was a billionaire at that time because he was the tribe just to make money. Do you think politics is only about money? It's about power, control. When you have power, money is one of the byproducts of that power. Do you understand me? Money is one of the byproducts of the power. Don't you see APs? APs have gone to Saudi Arabia. They make him, but only power make them. They deported everybody. It's power. Only phone call. In order, one, maybe to discourage the passengers so that you not take APs again. It's an Igbo man on Yamani this thing. You don't take it to hold their holy land. Another time, no person will take it again to go to their holy land. So if you go, they deport you. It's a power. But APC is trying to get money. Do you see the difference? Power and money is two different things. We have been pursuing money, individual money. Azikiwe was the first billionaire. Where does he reach? Where does he make us? Oh, does he make you? Is it not everything begging in Nigeria? We are begging. Beggars. Beggars or power beggars. Put us in a Ndibo. Ndibo have no little slot. We have no slot in government. Put us now. Beggars. But you are the person that created Nigeria. One of the person, an Igbo man, that was called the tribalized Nigeria. I mean, Ahmad Bello, that was a tribal, I refer to as a tribalistic man. He got everything, didn't he? He got power, he got everything. Because he stood Gidigbo. He said, me, I know the shake anywhere. Me, I defend the not my northernization agenda, defending the caliphate. I don't care about any other. It's my own, I know. That is self-preservation. That is what we lack. We thought it is nine sense. When this struggle opened my eyes, I know that indeed look at how they are dealing with us in Lagos. Anakut, you build, they bring down. You come to their church and donate. Because they are your godfathers or your pastors, those that are leading you to heaven. They are Yoruba. They program you, you go and destroy all the ancient effigies in our land. Who we are, our deities, they program you. How many times that you are that the Jew, Adebo, you are Adebo Jew? How many times did has he gone to destroy their own deities in Yoruba land? We need to wake up. Because that thing we thought it is knowledge, it is wisdom. It's nothing. That's why we are where we are today. Always begging. Always begging. All we know, we pursue money. Paper, ordinary paper. We pursue what the West use in deceiving everybody. They print, is it not print? It is printing $100. $100. The cost of printing $100 is not up to 9 cents, for your information. It's not up to 9 cents. So America use less than 9 cents and print bills. It is printing $100. $100. The cost of printing $100 is not up to 9 cents, for your information. It's not up to 9 cents. So America use less than 9 cents and print bills. It is printing $100. $100. The cost of printing $100 is not up to 9 cents, for your information. It's not up to 9 cents. So America use less than 9 cents and print bills. Nothing. Our mumu never do. Make I ask her now. Our mumu never do. Remember, this is what we preach here, now so we be. You understand? This message here, this radio was started by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is how it is. We give ourselves a bitter pill that heals us. That stupidity in our medulla oblongata must be removed by fire, by force. I know it's not easy, but it must be removed. Instead of us to pursue the resource, the real thing, we are all pursuing individual money. Individual money. Where are we today? Where are we today? Obedi no Mazikiwe, the first billionaire, hey, he said the tribalized man. Where are we today? The tribalized man. Ahmad Bello, a tribalist. That man is a tribalist. But he got everything. Didn't he? Answer me. Didn't he get everything today? He got power. He got control of everything. He agreed. He said, I'm a tribalist too. I don't want any other thing except my people. Because charity starts from home. As if he wanted to save the whole world. Mission of Igbo man. He want to save everybody. Instead of saving his own. Self-preservation. He don't have. These are mistakes that we have made. That we are trying to correct. We must start from our own selves, our home. That is it. We shouldn't continue playing the tribalism, the tribalize the people. No. Why should, if you are called the tribalized person, go and cry and change. Go and repent because they are calling you a fake. That you are fake. You have something to share now. You see your fellow Igbo man, you see Hausa man, you see Yoruba man, and all are hungry. You want to give food. Now, the tribalized man, you go and give a face to give Yoruba. Are you not stupid? Is it not stupidity worrying you? Or you go and give another race face for you to answer good person? Where does goodness? Look at Britain. Britain, the countries they had to piano. Does it matter? What does you being called to go? Does it matter anything? Where is it leading you? Be called the good people. And now we do something that is profitable to us. That is how the world is. That is how the world is. Britain are different people. Is it not Britain, Gara, in the midst of Spain and Morocco, Gibraltar? They are questioning at Gibraltar today. No, they take Gibraltar by force, despite everything. And the people that are living there, they are living British people. Mostly old people, they take their vacancies, their holidays, they are living fine, living organized everywhere. Call them bad people or call them bad, but what they are preserving themselves, getting what is good for themselves, not being called the good people. Oh, good people. What does it? What does it profit? That is the question. What does it profit? Only anything we beg. We beg. So what am I trying to say? Britain, they have accepted. It's a government that has the power. The prime minister has the power to say no. Behave like Nigeria. No, I'm not going to accept the court rule. Come on, judge, who are you? Or to go and bribe a judge, or to go and order him. No, we are not going. We must anyway. We must deport them. The judge has no. Just if you look at it, he has no power like the executive. Only in his court. He doesn't. The government has the aeroplanes, the military, everything to their disposal, in order to carry the immigrants by force and deport them to Rwanda. But the court said, no, you can't do it. And they respect it. You know why? Because it's a country where rule of law prevails. And that is why you are dying to go to Britain. Because of the way they behave. Because of their civilization. Do you understand? But in Nigeria, there is nothing like that. In Nigeria, the court will order for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the executive said no, they don't care. In Nigeria, look at election, what they call election. Massive rigging everywhere. Everywhere is anarchy. And they will still come out to boot the result that this person win. And you start wondering what type of and they will be, tomorrow they say, let us look insecurity. Let us remain focused. What we are focusing where? Whereas your foundation is fundamentally flawed. How can you focus? How can you do the right thing? Hope Uzodinma use the money he's supposed to use, he meant for development, for building of infrastructure. He used it to bribe people, to, pay killers, everything. And the people are rejoicing that, oh, he won. Do you see why you are suffering? Do you see why you don't have electricity? Sometimes I feel to have powers over nuclear weapon to sink Nigeria because they don't merit to be alive. Everybody. I am not blaming whether the politician, because the people are like, if the people are not happy, they will remove the politicians under one day. But they are being used. They lack dignity. I am telling you. They lack dignity. And the politicians, after all, didn't fall down from Jupiter. It's still from the people. So it is, show me your politician, and I will tell you the type of people you are. That is the thing. Rishi Sunak, he can never say do otherwise, other than what the Supreme Court has said. But in Nigeria, they will use gun, harass, they will kill people, they will intimidate the judges. Very, very low life set of people. That's why you don't have electricity. That's why in 21st century you lack electricity. You don't have it because you are not worthy to be in this 21st century. You are pursuing money. You relegate your dignity to the background. You are pursuing money. You are private interest. You are selfish progress is what matters to you. But you are dying to get a German visa, where people congregated and reduce their selfishness to almost zero in order to organize themselves to get what they are reaping today. That is what we are doing. But will you count it worthy to be to be part of it because of your selfishness? You not. So this is it. This is a country of rule of law. But what pains me is this: Britain, they are maintaining high standard of civilization in the country. In short, if not the highest civilized country, I am telling you, the way their police will pet you, the way everything is being done there, but they sponsor us in order to kill our people. They sponsor problems everywhere in the world. When it comes to their land, they are highly civilized. That is what pains me. Today is an Indian that is ruling them. There is no ethnicity. They don't go there to say, no, this Indian man. No. It's against the law if you talk about it. Because all of them, they are Brits. You understand? But in Nigeria, they sponsor ethnicity. They make people to start saying, look at Tinubu. People know that he's a criminal, but as long as he's our man, it's from my side, is from my tribe, so we sponsor him. How can a country advance like that? Sponsoring mediocrity. How can a country advance? Supporting mediocrity instead of meritocracy. And let me tell you the bad news. The bad news is that Nigeria is corrupting our own normal system. You know, Igbo people, let me tell you, Biafrans, we love the best. But the sad news is this, that Nigeria, the system, is corrupting us today into doing the same thing that Nigeria is doing in the federal in the federal level. Now, many people don't support the best again. They support onye olo, onye umundele, onye amike, onye ihe mbitoli, onye ngokpala, onye nnewi baye. So they no more consider the quality of the person. Do you see why we should run away from Nigeria? Otherwise, before Nigeria destroys our mentality in total. Do you see it? Instead of taking the best, even if that best comes from anywhere, it doesn't matter. Now we are gradually. Look at what they did in the Imo election. You know, where that day, before on Friday, prior to Saturday election, talks are coming out on openly saying if you are not going to vote for Hope Uzodinma, for APC, don't come out. Is it not what we cried against in Lagos? It is. They are repeating it in our land. This thing is encroaching little by little in our subconscious. If care is not taken, if we don't remove ourselves from this Nigeria, from this evil, it will corrupt us. And you know that in the Igbo, they will learn something and become experts more than those they learn it from. That is our whether good or if we learn goodness, we become the best more than the people that we learn it from. If we learn bad, we become the best in that badness. You understand? So Nigeria is encroaching in our subconscious without us knowing it. That is why even some people will use a language even in IPOB. Na ndị Anambra aha na-emebi isi ihe, na ndị Ebonyi na-emebi isi ihe, na ndị Imo the language that is not supposed to be used. Is Nigeria encroaching into our subconscious little by little without we knowing it? Something that we didn't know. Because what we knew before is we know the best. We go for the best. Oh, that best they come from a Bonny State. Okay, bring it. Let him be. That is, we don't even care. What we are looking for is the best. The same thing the Europeans are doing today, the West. Because the reason why you can go and grow up and progress in your profession in Italy is because they see you as the best. They don't care where you come from. That is why you see our footballers, African footballers, they take them, they pay them huge sum of money. Notwithstanding that they take back through tax, which is, I don't blame the Europeans. If you don't agree it, go and develop your own football, your own sports. But they take the best. That is why you see Osimhen doing great. I don't know where he is now, whether he's in Spain or in Italy. Before in Italy. That is where other footballers are doing great. Had it been those people are doing it now, you are not from Europe. We are not going to take you. What they see is your skill. Show me your skill. I don't care where you come from. Now you merit it. Meritocracy. But in our own land, nah, this one, now, wow. If you want to play like this, you are an Hausa man. I'm not going to take you. You are a Yoruba man. You are Igbo man. We bring very primitive mentality type of politics you are playing. Highly primitive. That is why it is better we go back to who we are. That is why we are asking for outright separatism. Because Nigeria can never be one. It's impossible. Right from 1960, the mantra has been unity. Unity. The unity of Nigeria. One Nigeria. Where is the one? It's not there. That is why even if you are the person from your own tribe or from your own land, from your own clan, even if it's chopping people's head, flesh, you will still support him. Do you see the primitivity? Do you see what Britain sentenced us into? Alhaji say in that Kuli and Alhaji conversation that now he is wise. Even if his brother is eating people alive, chopping flesh alive, he will still support his brother. Doesn't that send chills in your blood? In a country we're supposed to be together to build. How can you build that kind of place? How? Today, an Indian man is the prime minister of Britain, of United Kingdom. And while going into the office, he first of all performed their Hindu ritual. And it's not a problem. He performed their Hindu ritual in number 10 Downing Street, videoed alive, and he was clapped and cheered. It's not a problem there. People didn't say, no, he's going to invoke juju so that, no, we Christians, we don't like it. We Muslims, we don't like it. So we are not going to allow this thing to happen. Do you see what is civilization? Do you see that? Do you see the reason why you are going to London shopping? Feel free. You are buying house. Any amount they tell you, you buy. And you are paying high tax. You are still looting to go there. You are dying to go to London because of all these qualities. But you don't have it. You don't have it in Nigeria. Only NSAS protests. They destroyed it with tribalism. Oh, Igbo. Igbo is dominating. They are trying to spoil Lagos. Lagos na Yoruba man land, na our land. So, and now the Yoruba people, the comrades turned against each other. Let's go. They say, oh boy, I beg, go on, shall go do the thing. No be here, Lagos, you can do. Go Aba. What you cannot do in Aba, you are doing here. Do you see how they destroyed us? Do you see that? Let me check whether I can go through one or two news headlines before I open the lines, please. This, what do you call? Strike. NLC, Nigerian Labour Congress, Nigerian Labour Congress, yes, a strike. Do you see, if you have a strong civil society, forget about what they are doing, because once they meet, they have met the leaders, I think, and they say talk failed. But within few days, you will see they will everything. If labor, if the civil society, that is the population, if they are strong, the politicians are nothing, because they are few. What they fear is the unity of purpose of the people. Because they know that if the people rise up one day, all the politicians, they will run away. Have you forgotten how even these people ran away to France in 2020 during NSAS protests? All of them ran. Have you forgotten? I know now fluoride is working on your head. Fluoride. So you forget within 15 minutes, you have forgotten what happened. But we don't forget. We keep on reminding. You understand? We keep on remembering. You understand? So, what is happening if the NLC, that is, let me call it the civil society, that is the population. If the population is strong, they can make government do the right thing. But you see, one person will go there and Chora Akbaya look for his own pocket. They will promise. Is it not from there that Oshimole come out when he was the chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress? When he was there, is it not from there he became the governor? You've sold everybody and go their way. That is a running thing. Everybody is pursuing paper money. You understand? There is no unity of purpose. Even in the Imo State election, no unity of purpose. Everybody chọrọ adọta ego ma dọkata ego na ọchịrị onye ọwụna waka. What type of mentality do we have? Where is our dignity? Please. You know, I asked this in 2 days back. Where is our dignity? Eh? Why can't we come? Anyway, like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, he have studied and checked. There is no other way other than outright balkanization of Nigeria. Because there is no way it can come together. It's impossible. But what I'm saying, in our own land too, let us stop being Nigerianized, Nigeria mentality. Being Nigerianized, instead of going for the best, we worship money. Any person, any place money come from, we follow there. Why? Like one of our brothers said earlier, our value is who we are. What we are doing, let me reiterate or recapitulate what he said. What we are doing now is the most important thing, so that Biafra restoration will not be will not be sudden to us. So that when we get Biafra, what can you do? Oh yeah. What we are doing is trying to change our mentality for us to have a common goal, common focus, common value. Without having common value, we cannot do anything. If we cannot do much. Biafra restoration, if Biafra is restored, it will be like one of the normal African country. I am telling you. And the brother said, all these children were born everywhere in the world. Many of them, if Biafra come, they start coming together, coming back home. With which value? This one will bring their value from the type of the part of the world he come from. The other one, the same thing. The other, is it not chaos that we are going to have? Why we are talking, why we are doing what we are doing on Radio Biafra is for us to remember not to forget our roots. Let me tell you, every country that is developing today started self-awareness. Are you hearing me? You see, you go to vacation in Dubai. You are hearing me, my voice from Dubai. You are marveled of what the wonders Dubai is performing. In Kuwait, in Saudi Arabia. Let me tell you, what prompted their growth, their development you are seeing today, is the cultural revolution they had. The Arabization, Arab awareness. It started in late 19th century, for goodness sake. Otherwise, they would have been like African countries. A time came, the movement, awakening started in Arab land. That they started saying, no, under the occupation, the colonization of Ottoman Empire, that is the Turkey you are seeing today, colonized the Arabs. But it was driving them to another side, which is not their culture. A time came in 19th century, late 19th century, Arab nationalism started. That is how it starts. You can never develop whereas you are not self-conscious. You are not aware of who you are. You don't go back to your root. It is impossible. You cannot develop. You cannot develop without the build. You cannot build a castle on A. It is practically impossible. When you are in Kuwait, you are seeing the wonders they are performing. In Dubai, you are marveled of their development. In every part of Arab land, you are seeing it. They were, Ottoman Empire wanted to drive them out to import another type of foreign ideology in them. But after they said no, they resisted. It resulted into confusion. For your information, when they started preaching, they said, no, you cannot. We are Arabs. We are Muslims. This is our culture. It's who we are. We have to go back to that Islam that we are. That is who we are. Do you study now? Do you study? You read. You don't study. Reading is different from studying. Studying, you assimilate everything. You make deep researches. This Arabism, Arab nationality, he made them to go back. They said, no, if we are going to develop, we must follow our route. They went back to their Islamic system. Say they first identify themselves, we are Arabs. Okay? They started condemning their colonizers, the Ottoman Empire, that they are driving them to the West, which is not their culture. That they are bringing many things that is alien to them. They started awakening themselves. That is how it started. Development starts from what we are preaching, from self-awareness, for us to go back to our values. So because that is the only thing that can unite us together. With the unity now, with the unity of purpose, we can now continue to the road of progress, development, and advancement. Do you understand me? How can you develop with your brother? How can you unify with your brother when your brother is calling you an unbeliever? How? Because you are not going to the same church with him. He call you an unbeliever. If you call meeting for us to come and destroy, say no, that meeting or that day I have a night vigil, so I cannot be there. After all, how do you think that this is possible? This is achievable. How? Tell me. The only way is this consciousness we are arising, that we are one people, we are first Ndibo, we are first Biafrans before any other thing. Before whether you are Christian or anything. That one is if we raise this self-conscious, we are not the first to do it. Arabs did it not a long time ago. Late 18th century or 19th century, late 19th century, 18 something, they did it. Because they were thinking that because this thing, something must rise from one person. Somebody rose up, said, no. This way we are going is not the right way. We must go back to our root. And our root, we are first Arabs. We are Muslims before anything. It's our culture. It originated from our land. So we must develop. If we must develop, we must go back to our roots. Is it not what we are preaching? Mandina corn, Mandina Sinainem, you are fighting another religion. You are correct. It's not a question of belief, it's a question of ethic, practicality, our value. That is what we are trying to protect. Nothing more. Nothing more. How can I be with you fighting the same cause, whereas you are calling me an unbeliever? How? Is it possible for us to achieve anything? Whereas, we being Biafrans, but you cannot give me your daughter to marry, or I cannot give you mine. I cannot marry from your place just for the simple reason of because you are not going to the same church with me. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Because you are pastor from a bishop or pope from another country is giving you a command, and you obeying it to the detriment of what we are doing. And you think we move. Oh, hey, we move. How can it be possible? How? Just tell me how. We must have that self-awareness, self-consciousness. I will talk about it in one of these days. I will expatiate on it. Self-consciousness. That is what is happening today. That is what we are preaching today. For us to have, it doesn't matter what all those things they brought to us in the name of religion, that live, that thing is to destroy us. We are first of all Biafrans, we are Igbos, we are Ijos. Before all these things, leave all these things. It doesn't matter. That is the only thing we are talking about, and nothing more. But some people are mischievous. People are misinterpreting it. Oh, they are telling people, why you want me to change to your... Why are you misinterpreting it? If it comes to freedom of religion, it's even these foreign religions that are not preaching freedom of religion. Do you know that? Because they are the people that go on and on castigating who I am, castigating my tradition and culture, preaching against my ancestors. That every day. But after all, when you say you are evangelizing to me, you are preaching to me. If you are preaching, you come to preach to me Bible, which means you want to convert me, which means you feel superior. You feel that your own is superior. You don't know that is discrimination, is racism. You don't know that. You feel that I'm inferior, so I have to change to become yours. That is the first crime that they commit. But today, they are the people that if we are talking about going back to our roots, they are the people that are saying, no, I have freedom of worship. Oh, you know that, eh? But every day in your pulpit, you are castigating, praying against my ancestors, putting into the mindset of people that our ancestors are evil. That are rural. But you are the person to come and start talking that I'm preaching against. No. We should be wise and knowledgeable, please. That is what I'm saying. Now, before I go into opening the lines, let me see whether I have one news headline which I want to. I inherited serious liabilities from predecessors and also assets. That is Tinubu. They always give excuses. Buhari government spent 4 years blaming past government. And now you don't know. You say, then why are you in power? Why do you vie for power? Is it not to do better? Is it not? Nigerian farmers now forced to harvest crops before due date in Zamfara communities over farm invasion, killings by armed Fulani headers. They said it by armed headers. They removed that word Fulani. Do you see? But you know, ricochet it? Would they say it loud in the Nigerian news channels, television? Or no, 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 no. The Fulani jihadists, they are on the rampage in the north. They are on the rampage in the north. Do you know that? They force indigenous people there in order to harvest their farms before prematurely. But they will not tell you all this. They will not. They will not make you. Oh, they will focus is IPOB say IPOB do this and all that is. But Zamfara, you see, in the north, the insecurity there is alarming. Villages are occupied by armed Fulani jihadists. For your information, many communities are paying taxes to the Fulani jihadists, the terrorists. Do you know? Do you know that? But they are just playing lip service there. You know. So what am I trying to say? It is high time. It is high time we understand the dynamics of the world we are. If you are a mumu, you become victim. The Europeans, they first wise. They come first, they open eye first. That's why they invaded every part of the world. Some other part of the world that after they got themselves, they say, are we sleeping? They came back and retaliated and closed up all those gaps for the Europeans. But in Africa, in Nigeria, in the zoo, we continue running from pillar to post because some few people are gaining from the misfortunes of hundreds of millions of others. Is it not high time for us to do what? To go our separate ways so that the human beings in Nigeria will live and progress instead of dying like flies, instead of Nigeria being a place where life means nothing, where if they want to test drug in America, they bring it to Nigeria because there are people are plenty. People are plenty in Nigeria. They will bribe the governor or any politician, and then he will allow the drugs to be untested drugs to be tested in their people or on their people. He will bring it as a vaccine, and people will be ignorant, innocently be going. Before you know, they are monitoring. Is it not this brigade that bought Nigerians organs, human organs, in advance? Every Nigerian organ. That is why he paid. He paid up front to buy Nigeria hospital, federal hospitals. That is why Hope Uzodinma built a hospital for organ harvesting. If you have a headache, you go there. Now you'll be they will give you one injection. They will tell you that your liver has problem. Before you know, they operate you and they remove your organs and you are dead. You pay money, you pay their bill, and you pay for putting into your mortuary. That is the more heinous crime being committed in Nigeria. Not by individuals, but by governments. Is it not pathetic? It is high time we continue what we are doing to join hands together in getting Biafra so that we develop in our own way. And we must continue in sanitizing our head, our mentalities now, so that this Biafra restoration will not do us by sudden. It will not carry us by sudden. You know, when you are as an opposition, just watch. As an opposition in every country, every opposition, the way they used to talk, they holler, what they come, But look, tomorrow, when they enter into government enter their power. They see reality. They say, nah, wow, their language will change because they are seeing reality. I don't want us to be like that. We don't want to be carried all of a sudden. That is why we have to be changed. We have to, conform our mentality to ourselves, to who we are, so that when we restore Biafra, our values will become our unification. You understand? So that I don't see this person as a stranger. This person don't see me as oh, you are not in our own group. No. Our group is Biafra. That is it. That is what binds us together. And that is our value. Therefore, this is where I'm going to stop. So that I will open I will go into a few minutes break, so that when I open my lines, just few calls, because I have another schedule that is already waiting for me. Please, I will go into few minutes break, so that when I come back, I will open the lines for just few calls. Do not go away. I will be right back.
You people like to say, let's forget, let's not blame anyone. Please stop that nonsense. When the Holocaust happened against the Jews, it was 1940s, 45. Not a single African country other than Ethiopia and those who had not been colonized was free. The first African country got independent 1957. There is not a single Jewish person who will allow you to forget the Holocaust. And in fact, there are crimes, not just in Israel, across the world against denial of the Holocaust. US foreign policy, Israeli foreign policy is very key. It's a central issue. Africans, for some reason, must forget something that happened 50 years ago, if you are Zimbabwe 80 years ago. Listen, we must always remind our friends from Europe and elsewhere that slavery was a crime against humanity, as is colonialism and neo-colonialism. That killing Sankara in 1984 because you are opposed to communism and plunging his country into chaos that you are now trying to solve as a problem of poor governance is a shared responsibility. So we will take responsibility for our nakedness. But for goodness sake, a naked emperor cannot lecture us about how to be clothed. Pan-Africanism is not a theory. It's the lived solidarity that made the Ethiopians give Nelson Mandela a passport, that made Senegalese civil servants contribute $1 each every month for the liberation of South Africa, that made Zambia take care of us as Zimbabweans and South Africans as we fought for our liberation, that made Uganda take care of the comrades that now run this country. If Pan-Africanism has no active solidarity action, no active affirmative action, the words are meaningless, because even the devil can quote scripture. If we ourselves, even our thieves, are not patriotic, when they steal from Africa, they invest in Europe. They don't believe. The minister said, fix our own government, get a governance system. The people in charge of governance systems steal and invest elsewhere as an indictment or an affirmation of their own incompetence and incapacity. But the second bit is that I think both His Excellency Musa Faki, Professor Lumumba, and the minister indicated, when you grow a disconnect between the people who give you legitimacy, who are the ultimate resource for the transformation of any nation, when you grow a disconnect between your culture, Amilcar Cabral said, every revolution is first a cultural revolution. A people must believe in themselves. That way they're able to produce both citizens and leaders who are not only patriotic and competent, but that are future focused and that are regenerative. Unfortunately for us, we have constantly killed three forms of assets. First asset, we kill our babies and our young people by never exposing them. And Rwanda is an exception to this, to what it means to govern and what it means to negotiate, what it means to compete. Number two, in all our countries, anybody, the age group of the people sitting at this table, when you are out of government, you are finished. The state has absolutely no use of the experience, the expertise, and the resources. We are constantly going elsewhere to look for experts that we either have in the diaspora or we have in our countries. The inability to build, retain, use our own local expertise and experience. The third is that we have created everything to be so leader-centric that most of our citizens either wait for God or wait for the leader or wait for foreigners. And the day must come in Africa where Pan-Africanism is Pan-Africanism of the people. No matter how brilliant institutions are, continental or regional, as long as they are not nourished by the ideas of African intellectuals, African artists and activists. But there is hope. Many of you may not see it as hope. The dominance of Afrobeat and Afropop in the world today, sending a message, if that can be used as a vehicle of cultural regeneration, if what the young people have been able to do with tech can be used as a way of reimagining, then what we're talking about as a phenomenon will end. The third is that we can't keep sending all our people. I know that it may be brain gain for some people. We can't keep sending all our young people to Europe, to America, and elsewhere without creating pathways back. Why? Frantz Fanon said they realized that the empire or the center came and took the best from amongst us and took them to their best institutions, and they emptied them of their own culture and their own sense of being, and they filled them with ideas of how to be good Europeans and Americans. And when they returned, their kith and kin realized that their children had not come back. What had come back were echoes of the empire. You and I, having had the opportunities to serve outside our continent, when we return, we're not trying to establish little Europes, little France, little America. There must be an authentic way. That's why Rwanda's revolution is not only leadership, it is homegrown solutions, not for Rwanda only, but for the whole world, not just for Africa. We cannot assert ourselves culturally, intellectually, spiritually, as long as we are leprous and dependent. We do not, and we have.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan from the province of Biafra Land. And we are here live and direct. Today is the 15th day of November 2023. Tatabo Bochenko. Therefore, our lines are now opened. I will just take just 2 or 3 calls, please. And our direct line is +1 213 328 6224. +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. I have a caller already. Caller on WhatsApp, Mazi Chuku. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Please let us be brief so that I can take 2 or 3 calls, please. Mazi Chuku, can you hear me?
Okay.
There we go.
Yes, I can hear you, Jonathan.
There we go, Mazi.
My name is Chukwu Emmanuel. I'm speaking from my location. I greet you once again, Jonathan. As always, I want to start like this. Today is 15th November 2023. We are waiting for 15th of October. 1 month from today, about our case with Nigeria, about our leader Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, you started from a Supreme Court in Britain upholding a judgment. That is government. That is what government is all about. But in the case of Nigeria, it's a different ballgame. If it is in Nigeria, they will go and bribe the judges and they will turn it upside down. And that means the whole thing will go down. What makes a country to be a country is judiciary, number one, security, number two. If you remove these two things in any government, it is no more government anymore. There's one thing I want to to explain this evening. Sometimes when I think about going to demonstration in Nigeria by civilians and the action followed by, I look at it that I will not blame the individual in Nigeria, because when people come out to demonstrate, the so-called government will send the soldiers with armored tank and all of that, and they will come and kill a lot of people, and nobody will ask questions. You can think about the time of SARS. So many people were killed, and it was dying like that. A lot of people go to prison, even up till now. Since that time, everybody keep meat. So when you think about this thing, you will see that it is impossible for people to demonstrate as it was, as it's supposed in Nigeria, like other countries of the whole world. Take instance, if the white people, the Europeans, start to kill their people like in Nigeria, I'm telling you, nobody will come out for demonstration. Why people are coming out in overseas, in America, in London, in anywhere to demonstrate is because they were allowed to do so. And they do it. And that is what government is supposed to do, to allow people to express their condition as a human being. But people in Nigeria are in prison. When you come out to express your position, you will be killed. That is very wrong. This is not a government. Nigeria is not a government. So there's no way those people there can demonstrate with this condition. Let me stop so far. Thank you very much. And all hail Biafra.
Almost hail Biafra. There, Mazi, thank you very much for keeping it very brief. I have a caller, Mazi Akas. Can you hear me? Caller on signal. Mazi, welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi Jonathan, I can hear you loud and
There,
clear.
Mazi.
Good evening.
There,
Mazi, thank you so much for picking my call. May Chukwu continue to bless you for the good work you are doing for Biafrans. It is not easy. Sometimes what you are doing is so stressful, and many times you ask this question. But we keep on letting you to understand that Mazi, we are hearing, and lives are changing. When we started it, it's not like this, but now a lot of people are waking up and they know that what we are saying is true. But Mazi, please, before I comment, let me introduce myself. My name is Mazi Akas. I'm calling from Austria, and I serve the indigenous people of Biafra as IPOB, also National PR. Mazi, I have a question to ask you, please. And I want you to answer me. Maybe we learn from what you're going to say. Is it possible for a revolution to happen in Nigeria? Is it possible?
As it is it's simply impossible. General, it cannot happen. You know, the SARS revolution that failed has opened the eyes and confirmed what we have been saying, even right from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He said any revolution that will or that could succeed in Nigeria should be it should not be general revolution, regional but spontaneous, regional. Each side will be taking care of their politicians and everything. Each side, north, south, each side. But when you want to do it, you know, in order to save Nigeria, it's impossible. It's impossible. So the question simply is: it is impossible for a revolution to take place in Nigeria. Go on, please.
May, may Chukwuka continue to bless you for the wisdom Almighty God have given to you. Mazi, somebody was trying to let me understood that there is going to be a revolution in Nigeria the way they are seeing things. And I laughed, quack, 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 quack. I said, it is impossible for anything revolution to happen in Nigeria because the structure of Nigeria have made it impossible. And there is never a time every region the way they created Nigeria can go and be killing themselves, killing their politicians or their leaders at the same time. It is impossible. I told the guy that the only way that revolution can happen there is completely after, the solution of Nigeria, everybody go your path. Then if the leaders of wherever, it doesn't matter wherever you belong to, begin now to do something that you don't like, if you go to revolution, you will succeed. Because the structure of Nigeria is what kept everybody that if you want to rise up, the other side will bring you down. You bring your men
Mazi,
from the north to the
don't you
south
see
to bring
what
you
happened?
down.
Don't you see what happened 2020? They want to do it together as Nigerians. Now they poisoned the minds of saying Igbo people. Igbo want to destroy you. They poisoned. So everybody now was watching Igbo, blaming Igbo, turn against Igbos. So how can it's
Mazi,
impossible? It cannot happen.
is it not the reason why we are saying this? At the end of the day, which people sacrificed their lives for that revolution? It is Ndi Igbo ka ejikwa eme the sacrificial lamb. Mazi, the reason why I called is when you are talking about the situation we found ourselves in Nigeria. Mazi, my stomach turned upside down, and I said inside me that Mazi, we must leave this country. Believe me, if we don't leave Nigeria, we are all finished. You said something that Igbo man, if you want to learn good thing, he will learn it and do it even more perfect than even where he learned it from. And if you want to learn bad thing, he will learn bad thing, even multiply it into even do it to the extent that the person that he learned the bad from will turn and say, so this thing can be possible. Ndị be anyị maka esi akọmmiri something. And you see this thing that APC has brought in Nigeria since Tinubu and co from that party and hand it to from Buhari, from that Buhari to where it is now. Mas, look at it. And they were saying that Nigeria is corrupt. But just check since when this APC came in and begin to take over the governorship of Nigeria. Look at how Nigeria looks like. And now they have begun to let everybody to know that if you're a politician, the best killer wins election. And if you before you realize now, it will become tradition. Most especially this thing who opposed Odema have started in Imo State, killing. At the end of the day, he killed.
The
Even
others are
taking a,
watching and learning how
that
his
is it.
success that he's killing
And they
and
will
he's
say,
succeeding. Others are imitating.
before you
They are
know, in the
learning it.
next 4 years, before you know, in the next 4 years, if people don't rise up and do something concerning what Hope Uzodinma is doing, All other governors will copy from here and they say, after all, those are the money did it and go free. Killing now will become part of the way they are going to be conducting election in Igbo land. Mazi, money so to time. Let us see what we are going to do in this thing because only Igbo monta something on is become tradition. Because what APC is trying to introduce in Igbo land, even when Okorocha was there, Okorocha have never done what Opus of them have done in
Of course,
three
he
and a half
never
years.
killed. He looted, but he never killed. He never did it.
We know that our Igbo politicians, they are bad and they can take the money they give to them to repair their land or to do roads, they will stock it into their pocket. But this type of killing that Opus of them might bring in Igbo land, Igbo politicians are at this stage. And if they begin to learn this thing, Mars is going to be horrible. Earlier, the better our people open their eye and begin to stop this evil before it will escalate. Because only this guy from Crook, his lifestyle since he became Aaron Ampu is what hope used also them used to bath his life. Ojo Brian. Let us see how we can stop this guy. IPOB members who must checkmate this guy. I thank Chuku Kabiama that if in no due time now, Biafran television will be live now to be televising every evil atrocity. We'll be showing it to the world live on television. They will be seeing we have to checkmate who posts on them. Any of his step, any move he make, we will show to the world what he's doing. This time it's not only on Radio Biafra, live on television. Everybody will be seeing it. That is the only way we can stop because Mazi, the era we are in now is not the era we are going to give these people any slighted chance to keep on killing our people. This guy will more than over 2,000 to 3,000. In these 4 years, again, all gave more than 5,000. Because of what Fulani want to use this guy to achieve in Igbo land. And we cannot allow it. Ndi Igbo should wake up. Let us not see this in Wimo or Anambra or Water. Let us see that we are one people. As they are killing your brother, you keep quiet. That is how they are going to kill you one day and nobody is going to speak. Earlier, the better for all of us, Nazi. Here he could he touched my stomach like Ndi Igbo Mutani on our work, other politicians now, hey, for the guy can now watch it. They are watching. And if you don't speak, yeah, I'll come in and I'll leave. Mazi, thank you. Mechiko kept my blessing.
There we Mazi. Of course, that's it. That's it. The earlier the better. Caller on WhatsApp here will be the last caller. Caller on WhatsApp. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program.
Mazi, yeah, Mazi, ndewo, anụmanụ.
Ndewo, no.
Afọ mbụ mmụọ m ekwensu, Italy ka m si akpọ gị.
Dodrege.
O teena m ji eyi ụjọ ndị Christianity, ihe ndị Christianity na-eme anyị. O teena m ji eyi ụjọ mana unit m ebe a na-agwa ha nke bụ na anyị na-achọ inwere onwe anyị from Nigeria. And ndị kreti Nigeria bụkwa ndị nyere anyị religion, nyere anyị Christianity. Ọ bụrụ na anyị ji dị free from Nigeria, ka ife mee na anyị ga-adị free from Christianity, the same people nyere anyị. A na-asị na mama ife na-egwu m kọlụsi iro, mana obi dị m ụtọ na onye isi dịka gị ofu onye n'ime ụlọ ekwube gị onwegwo ndị so many of ndị isi mfugo nnugo ha na-ekwu okwu ife ndị Christianity mere anyị. Ọ bụrụ na ije na Act of Apostles chapter 24 verse 14, ọ sị gị I confess to you, Jesus na-agwa ha, ọ bụkwa m ka ọ na-agwa, I confess to you that I worship the God of my ancestors. Onwere ebe anyị ji azụ eje without our ancestors. Onwere ebe anyị ji azụ eje. Ọ ha bụ ndị agha consult ihe agaala anyị ọfụma. Malụkwa mara na ya anụgo ọgụ agbago ya n'egbe agbatara ya n'egbe. Anyị protest ka enweghị ihe emego so many things enweghị ihe mee. Ọ ha nwa ka anyị eme ha nwa ka anyị consult. Nwe niile n'ala Igbo ka anyị akpọ n'isi. Ha esoro anyị n'ọgụ a. Ọ bụrụ ihe anyị emenwuso anyị. O nwere ndị resi ya move forward without the help of the ancestors. So ndị a niile nọ na IPOB na-asị na ha wee Christian worship nke ị chọrọ worship na na-akọ eri worship nke ị chọrọ iwe believe nke ị chọrọ ibu gị na ya na-akọ akọ believe a na-ekwu okwu reality na-asị believe ihe dịrọ shof a gwara gị na onwe onye nwụrụ gị imere ya onye ọ bụ ikwete ibilivu. So ife wu nsogbu anyị mainly Christianity, and ife Christianity gbugolu karịrị ife nwụ na oge a nụrụ agha Biafra. Ife Christianity gbugolu ibu na onwe leta asụ leta Leopard delu nye ndị missionaries na-aga Congo that time. Ọsị ha go and tell them to, as in, deceive her to hate the way of the ancestors. Ego ji emepụta wepụta ụfọdụ ọ na-asị that the ancestors worship idol. Could they work in your heart that the ancestors worship idol? Ife ndị mmadụ na-ada akọgheri. So ife anyị ga-eme bụ ndị isi doonu bikonu ụmụ mmadụ ka a ga-esi wee mee ihe gbasara ịkpọlitesi mmụọ nọ n'ala Igbo. Ọ ya wụ ebe ejesi ọgwụ. Ọ bụrụ ma ife anyị na-epụta na-asị n'aha Jizọs na-akọ ma ya wee shua ma ya wee ụmụ ife ndị a na-enwe babashi onwe ebe ha du ya eje.
Mazi, you don't want to draw us today now religious talk complete, please. We leave it for Saturdays. After this Saturday, the upper one, we continue. Mazi. This is where I'm going to switch up the phones because I have another schedule, as I said, which is already ongoing. Now, Biafrans and lovers of freedom, whenever there is a revolution coming, it always starts from the from the mind. Without radicalism, there will be no revolution. For your information, everywhere. You see how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was radical and remains radical. When before the status quo must be changed, there must be an opposing force, equal and opposite force that will prompt rising up. Without radicalism, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot even have the courage to rise up, to start saying what he was saying against the system, both religious, both everything. You understand? So the wind of revolution is blowing. First of all, in the mind, you have to saturate the minds of people. Now, why? Now, because that is the way it should be. Awakening. It starts positive changes also always starts little by little from radical people that bring out that ideology and push it out, and people will start taking it. People will start weighing it and seeing that yeah, this is true too, which means we have been deceived for a long time. That is how things happen, and that is what this Biafra restoration is all about: changing the mentality. We shouldn't continue on the status quo. We cannot go anywhere with the status quo the way we think. If we think that staying in the same status quo is okay, why then we trying to get out from Nigeria? Why? We want to get out from Nigeria because we see that it is unfixable. Is it not? That is why we want to remove ourselves from it, because it's unfixable. The same way to other ideologies, including religion. Why do you think that it doesn't matter? No, don't go there. It's a people's. No, we are not talking about belief. We are talking about reality, what is happening, ethics that should guide us. That is what we are talking about. If you are saying that belief, it doesn't matter. No, believe what you believe. Okay. You can also believe and continue preaching that Mongo Park discovered River Niger. Why are you challenging it? Why don't you continue believing and going with that ideology? Oh, Mongo Park discovered River Niger. KED. That is what I believe. That is what is written. Is okay like that. Why do you want to change things? But you don't want to go where, it is absurd. Any revolution must start from cultural revolution. As said by Ameka Cabral, it must be cultural first. without recognizing who you are, self-consciousness and awareness, you will not get where you are going. It is impossible. I said it. Arabs, they did it. That is why Arab countries are developing. Middle East is developing. It's developed. They had that self-consciousness, self-awareness, and went back to their roots. That is the reality. It's a historical fact. That is why you see Dubai is doing well. Many Arab countries are doing well today. They went through that process. We must go through the same process. If we thought that we can have our cake and still eat our cake and still have it, we are hallucinating. The only thing that can bring us together, first of all, primarily is Biafra. What is Biafra? Our values. Our system, who we are. You see your brother and know that this is my brother. Your brother cannot open mouth and call you an unbeliever. It is anathema, it's an abomination. Because of what other people brought as religion. That separated you from your brother, now you start calling yourself an unbeliever. I mean, another person unbeliever. If that's the case, why blame Ikwere for answering reverse people? They are not Igbo. I mean, reverse, not Igbo. Why do you blame them? If you don't leave them, say no. But you yourself, we accept. No, don't go to my belief. No, we must touch everywhere. Everywhere must be touched. For us to have genuine freedom. Genuine freedom, where we shall progress. We must touch everywhere. Every facet of our life. That is the reality. Religion divided us. Instead of uniting us together, it divided us into pieces. As easy prey, as piecemeals, as you can eat 1 kilo of akpo, but you cannot put them inside your mouth together at one time. No, you will be taking them, separating them piece by meal, piece by piece. That is the easiest way to eat an elephant. You slice it into piecemeals. You take it by piece by piece. That is what religion has done to us. We are now trying to unite ourselves, and the core unity is our value. Our value, that is the foundation. You cannot build a house without buying it, without getting a land. It's impossible. It's impossible. There is no magic. So the land we are trying to build now is that our value. That is our land. Now, in our value, now you start building. Without it, you are building on air, building castle on air, and it's impossible. So thank you for listening. Biafra is our religion, is our ideology, is who we are. Without Biafra, we are nothing. We are nothing. We are at the mercy of the caliphate. Our eyes are beginning to open. When they call the father of Nnamdi Azikiwe, Nnamdi Azikiwe, senior. They detribalized Nigerian, and he was happy answering a detribalized Nigerian. Today, where are we? What did his detribalization bring to us? Let us go back to who we are. Our values is our identity. Thank you for listening. Biafra is everything we have. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply good evening.